Hi fellow Aussians, I'm the Louisiana Quadling and welcome to my channel. Today is our first haul video of the whole channel. Last month I was able to acquire almost an entire collection from an estate sale in Gulfport, Mississippi, and everything that you're seeing here today comes from that collection. If you've never bought collections and or items from estate sales, it can be a really great opportunity to pick up rare items for either a really discounted rate or for at least a decent price, depending on which seller you have. Sellers, at least with estate sales, can be either hit and miss as far as prices go, but with this particular sale, it was a really great deal. As with all other estate sales that I bought collections from, I'll set aside the pieces that I want to keep, and then I'll sell off the rest of the collection to recoup the money that was spent to get the whole thing. So everything that I'll be showing you today are the pieces that I'm keeping. I'm not going to show you the pieces that I'm selling. That is way too much to go through. This was a really large collection, and I'm not showing these in any particular order, like as far as size or anything like that goes. So let's get started. Our first two items are these little figurines. They come from a set made by Enesco. I believe these are made in either the late 90s, early 2000s. I have the Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tim, and Lion from this set, but I didn't have Glinda and the Wicked Witch. So these two complete my set, which is really great. Our next item is also from Enesco. This is the Couture de Force Dorothy. And I was honestly surprised by this particular piece. I was just shocked how nice this was. I am still shocked how nice this is. I totally want to get the other two that are in this set. There's a Glinda and a Wicked Witch that's from this set. Really great piece. Displays really well, and I love all the little details that they've added on this thing. It's really neat to look at, and it's all the way around. They put details on her 360. So every angle, there's something interesting to look at. Really cool piece. Next we have a salt and pepper shaker. This is Toto in the basket. This particular sale had a lot of salt and pepper shakers, and out of all the ones that they had, I really loved this one because you don't see that much of Toto, especially with Oz memorabilia, so this was really neat just to have a cute little Toto piece. Next we have this door stopper. It is made by the Westland Giftware. I did not realize how heavy this thing was. This is probably one of the heaviest pieces in this whole thing. It easily weighs a couple pounds, and I just thought it was so cool. I've never actually seen one in person, so as with a lot of this stuff, I had never seen it in person, so I thought it was a really cool piece. Next we have a eyeglass case. I love this. I wear glasses, so obviously this kind of stuff I'm gonna like, and it also had a glasses cleaner on the inside that was Wizard of Oz themed as well. So that's fun. Here we've got a couple of small items. Here's some stickers. I don't know if you do any scrapbooking. I have a Wizard of Oz scrapbook that features the exhibits I've done, the conventions I've gone to, and just other Aussie things. And I thought these would be just so cool to have these to add to that. So Wizard of Oz stickers. Next we have an apron for cooking in, and I don't know if you cook, but I do, and I did not have Wizard of Oz attire to be wearing, so that might have to be a future video, doing some Oz recipes. Next we have a Hallmark ornament. This particular one, I own this one already, but I need to test this one to see if the music plays, because mine doesn't play anymore, but the characters do move still, so I'm really hoping that this one plays. And I guess we'll have to see later on. This is one of those ornaments that doesn't take batteries. It actually links up into a string of lights. So I'd have to actually take the tree out to do it, so I might wait till Christmas to test this one out. But anyways, I was really excited to see this in there. Next we have another Christmas-themed item. Here is a glass-blown ornament of the Wicked Witch. I have a couple of these in the collection already. I've always found these to be really neat. I do have a Wizard of Oz themed Christmas tree that I put up every year. And I have never put these up because I'm too scared to display them, but maybe I will this year. I now have 3 or 4 of them with this one, so neat. Here we have a teapot made by Cardew, and I had not seen this one in person ever. This one is from the set that came out in 2004, I believe. This one was an adult-sized tea set, so I definitely want to get the rest of this set. I love the artwork on it. I love how it's a combination of Denslow and MGM and their own thing going on all at the same time. I think it's fabulous, and it's really, really unique. At some point, I'll have to replace this one because it is chipped here on the lid, which is unfortunate, but I can live with it right now. This particular person had a lot of Franklin Mint pieces, and this is the smallest one. It's a clock that's called All in Good Time, My Little Pretty, and features Dorothy and the Wicked Witch. And I did not realize how small this piece is in comparison to other Wizard of Oz clocks that I have. It's actually really tiny, and the details on it are really impressive, just like some of the other pieces. I have no idea if it works or not, but have yet to test it out. Next, we have the first of a couple different larger pieces from the Franklin Mint. And this particular one is the Wicked Witch. And this one's called The Wicked Witch and Her Black Magic Crystal Ball. I know, that one's a real mouthful. The crystal ball is removable. It's a snow globe that features Dorothy, Scarecrow, Timon, and Lion on the Yellow Brick Road, and is a complete replica of the crystal ball with the winged monkey base from the movie. Next, we have Dorothy captured in the forest. And this one, just like the Wicked Witch one, has a removable snow globe. This one features the Wicked Witch's castle on it, and that goes back here. This, I would say, is probably one of the more intricate ones out of the 4 pieces that there are. I cannot tell you how impressive these pieces are to see in person. Pictures don't do these pieces justice. And yet again, this is another one of those pieces where, just like the Wicked Witch, I didn't show you that 360 view of this piece is impressive. Every angle features something different to look at, which is really cool. And it's really neat how Dorothy is just floating there. Next, we have Dorothy's Final Hour. This one features a removable hourglass, which works, and is an exact replica of the one from the movie. It's really cool. I'm just dying with how cool this thing is, and the fact that it actually works is so cool. If Oh my gosh, if I'd had this when I was a kid, the Barbies totally would have been using this all the time instead of the little 3-minute egg timers that we had. This piece, just like all the other ones, is intricate, so intricately made. It's just so cool. I didn't mention this, but all of these do have felt on the bottom, so they're not going to scratch the surface that they're on, which is really nice. So there's Dorothy's final hour. And the last Franklin Mint piece is I'm Melting. That was in this collection. And this one, just like all the other ones, is really impressive. The only thing that I would say is a little bit disappointing about this one in compared to the other ones is that since they have this castle wall piece, it's really only good to see it from the front view and not from any other view. But that doesn't distract from the fact that this is another really impressive piece from the Franklin Mint collection. And since this is the last piece, might as well just talk about figurines. And I am so excited to have been able to get 4 of these Franklin Mint pieces. I looked these up just to see how many I was missing, and there are only 4 more that are missing. I never thought I'd own any of these, so to get 4 of them in one go, I was like, what the heck? So I'm definitely gonna try and get the other 4 so I can have the whole set. And another thing just to add with a lot of these pieces, they had their original boxes. And I'm gonna just state it again that original boxes, especially with fragile stuff, is really the best way to go if you're gonna transport your collection anywhere, or if you don't have enough room, like me, to have everything on display. A lot of the figurines that I have just stay in their boxes, and I have them go out on rotation throughout the year. I will switch out what I have on display because I don't have enough room to show everything. So I was really happy to see that these had their boxes. They didn't have their certificates, and I frankly don't care. I really don't care. I'm not concerned with that whole certificate, paperwork, mumbo jumbo. Boxes are really what I think is important, because how else are you going to be able to safely transport these things? And the largest piece is the Wicked Witch I'm Melting fountain made by the San Francisco Music Box Company. Now this piece, I actually own this already, but mine, unfortunately, was chipped. One of the pieces on this front section here was broken, and the little piece that was broken off, I had it set aside, had it in my Oz cabinet. This was back good 10 years ago, I think was the last time I saw this little piece, and at some point between 10 years and now, it got lost. The other thing that I also discovered, which was a little bit unfortunate about my original, is that it no longer works. And this one does. So it's definitely an upgrade from my own. And I love this piece. It's a fountain and a music box at the same time. Well, if you want to call it a music box, I mean, it's basically the witch screaming, I'm melting. San Francisco Music Box Company made some really great music boxes that were Wizard of Oz themed, and this was one of them. And the last piece that I've got to show you is a keychain and a pen that came from the Warner Brothers store. It features it's a little keychain that features the ruby slippers, and the pen is a yellow pen that features the ruby slippers on it as well. And that was everything from this estate sale haul. There were some really great pieces that I got in this haul, and out of a lot of the hauls that I've gotten, this one was very figurine heavy. I realized that, and I'm really happy about it because for years I've told myself that I'm gonna get figurines, I'm gonna get into that, I'm gonna move away from dolls and focus on different things, and I'm really happy whenever a lot comes around or a collection comes around that features something heavily that I don't have, because it just pushes me or nudges me into getting that much faster than what I would have if I had just gone one piece at a time. And if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. And if that doesn't satisfy your appetite for all things Oz, follow the link in the description to ozclub.org and join the International Wizard of Oz Club. Bye, y'all.